I have this technique for creating rim lighting in Blender internal. It also kind of looks like for now from certain angles. And the great thing about it is that it's easy to do and it makes your renders look substantially better without destroying your render times by switching to cycles. So to get started, you need to select your model and come over to the Materials tab, which is in your Properties panel. Properties. Scroll down to the Diffuse section, and first you need to create a material or use an existing material. As you can see, I kind of already have everything set up, but I'm going to start by just creating a fake user for this material and creating a new one. Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. Deleting it, and then creating a new one. Once again, you're going to need to make sure you're using Blender Render, because Cycle's principal shader does do this. It's called For Now, really. And it does it in a much more accurate way than this is. This is really just faking it. I'm going to make it a much darker material so you can see what we're doing exactly. It's a little bit more obvious. You can see on the shirt here, it still has the effect. And you can see here that there is no rim lighting, and it looks kind of bad. Like, very bad, actually. I hate the way that looks. So what you're going to do is you're going to click here on ramp, set the input of the ramp to the normals. Basically, things that are facing you more are brighter, and things that are facing away from you are darker. That actually corresponds to here on the ramp, where things that are on this end are darker and things on this end are brighter, which is why you can see it's showing that exactly in the viewport right now. So it's already set up to have it go from darker to brighter. So the easiest way to just quickly make it the right direction is to flip it. Now we're sort of already getting that sort of for now rim lighting look that we're looking for, but it's kind of a little bit overpronounced. So I usually like to just put in another point using the add button and sliding it over. And I usually just take this back a bit more to make the middle of it completely not have that extra rim lighting. Then you want to change this to add. I find the setting to look the best compared to lots of the other ones. And it also doesn't get all weird when you have a brighter model, which I will show later. The major downside, and one of the main reasons why this is absolutely unrealistic, is adding essentially is adding more energy into your scene, which is breaking the laws of physics. But it looks good, so we're just going to do that. And the last thing I usually do is I set it to ease or B-spline to make the effect a little bit smoother. I usually tweak this a bit more after I've set that, because if you have a harder material, just you set this here, you generally want to have a smaller diffusion like this. But if you have a softer material, it usually looks nicer if you have a lot. And back to what I was saying about add looking super weird with the other settings that you can find. Like, it might make sense to use overlay or lighten, but the issue with those is, if I go back to the original material, which I suck at naming materials, luckily that one I copied from another file, so it's okay. If you add lighten, you can notice that in the brighter areas of the model, it actually doesn't have as much of an effect, which you might want, but I don't really, actually. It's sort of a personal choice, really. Because if you really just want a sort of Fresnel effect, you probably want to go with lighten or overlay. But if you want that really pronounced rim lighting, it's kind of just been like a characteristic of my style at this point, you really want to set it to add. And you also notice that I have this set a little bit lower with the factor, and that's because I kind of found it when it was this high, it was kind of overpronounced, so I just brought it down. There. Yeah, that's pretty much it.